What is up, my beautiful film fanatics? Welcome back to the Film Frontline. Today, we are diving headfirst into a cinematic fever dream that is quite literally bringing the dead back to life. Grab your iced coffees and get comfortable because we are talking about Maggie Gyllenhaal's highly anticipated, completely unhinged, and fiercely feminist reimagining of a classic, The Bride. This isn't your grandfather's monster movie, honey. This is giving major, chaotic female rage, and we are absolutely here for it. Let's start with the plot because it is wild. We are not just getting a rehash of the 1935 classic Bride of Frankenstein. Maggie Gyllenhaal tossed the rulebook out the window and said, let's get weird. The movie kicks off in 1930 Chicago, but here's the gag. Mary Shelley, the actual teenage genius who wrote Frankenstein, is in this movie. She exists in some kind of primordial purgatory and decides to literally possess a woman named Ida. Ida starts ranting with a British accent in a Chicago club, which is pure main character energy, but it gets her accidentally killed by a mob boss. Enter Frank. Christian Bale plays Frankenstein's monster, who has been alive for over a century at this point. He's lonely, he's depressed, and he just wants a +1 to navigate eternity with. He teams up with Dr. Euphronius, played by the legendary Annette Bening, to resurrect Ida. But when she wakes up, she has zero memory of her past. What follows is this undead Bonnie and Clyde scenario where they go on the run from a detective, played by Peter Sarsgaard, and his brilliant assistant Myrna, played by Penelope Cruz. Let's talk about the absolute masterclass in acting happening here, which is definitely the film's biggest pro. Jessie Buckley is pulling double duty as both the bride and Mary Shelley, and she is eating this role up, leaving zero crumbs. She is loud, crass, and completely unapologetic. On the flip side, Christian Bale steps back into a more supportive, softer role. We are so used to seeing Bale go full alpha, but here he's restrained, endearing, and honestly, a total green flag of a monster. The chemistry between them is electric. Now, if you've been on Film Talk lately, you might have noticed people comparing this to Joker Folie Deux. Both feature unconventional, lawless lovers defying the system, and both randomly break out into musical and dance numbers. But let's be real, where Joker 2 fumbled the bag, The Bride actually makes it work. The dance sequences perfectly match Frank's romanticized ideal of love, heavily inspired by a Fred Astaire-type actor in the movie named Ronnie Reed. And here's a fun little Easter egg for you. Ronnie is played by none other than Maggie's real-life brother, Jake Gyllenhaal. Industry-wise, this proves Maggie Gyllenhaal is a powerhouse auteur who can seamlessly blend body horror, sweeping romance, and musical theater without skipping a beat. There is also an incredible fan theory circulating right now that Mary Shelley's purgatory in the film represents female creators being trapped by their own legacies. Her possessing Ida is her way of literally taking the narrative back from the male directors who have adapted and twisted her work for the last 200 years. Mind blown, right? But let's keep it 100 and talk about the cons, because no movie is perfect. The Bride wears its fourth-wave feminist heart on its sleeve, and sometimes that sleeve is a little heavy. The Bride becomes this vigilante for women's rights, which we love to see, but the messaging can occasionally feel ham-fisted. A lot of the male characters, aside from Frank, are written as cartoonishly villainous. There are moments where the feminist monologues veer off the rails, and it feels less like the character speaking and more like Maggie Gyllenhaal directly preaching to the audience. It lacks a bit of the nuance that she affords for Frank's character. The Film Frontline opinion. So where do I stand on The Bride? Honestly, I'm obsessed with the mess. Is it a flawless film? No. It's loud, it's highly theatrical, and it does the absolute most. But in an era where Hollywood is playing it so safe with endless, soulless reboots, this movie is a massive breath of fresh air. It's a tragic, romantic, unapologetically feminist roller coaster. Maggie Gyllenhaal didn't just adapt a story, she completely resurrected it on her own terms. The fact that she can juggle so many chaotic, clashing genres and still make you root for this undead couple is pure cinematic magic. Sometimes too much of a good thing is exactly what we need. All right, my Frontline fam, that is my deep dive into The Bride. Now, I want to hear from you. Do you think injecting modern feminism and musical numbers into a classic gothic horror story is a total slay, or does it ruin the spooky vibe for you? Drop your thoughts, fan theories, and hot takes in the comments down below. If you loved this breakdown, do your girl a favor. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and turn on those notifications so you never miss an upload from the Film Frontline. Until next time, stay obsessed, stay fabulous, and I'll see you at the movies. Bye.